So I just want to know what you guys have been told causes knee pain. What have you been told causes knee pain? Either one of you?
Well, I'm
not
fat,
necessarily
so
your own
there's that.
beliefs, but just what have you been told?
Well, I'm fat, so I don't know.
So weight.
My knee pain
you
is
say?
fat. There you go.
What else have you been told?
Genetics.
Weight.
I have bad genetics. Every one of my aunts, my dad had this is awesome.
Okay.
Maintenance had both knees replaced, both shoulders replaced, and one shoulder replaced. Oh, my only
Yeah, literally. She's got everything going on. What about you, Ben? You been told anything? Foot problems. Foot?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, up the chain.
Yep.
Foot, hip. Anything else I'm missing that you guys have been told? Like ass injuries. Sure, yeah. You remember that from the last time, huh? From the shoulder workshop. Yeah. Past injuries. That's it. That's like the #1 predictor of the future injury, right? Okay. So what research says, to simplify it, is load is greater than capacity. So what that means, load could be 3 different things. Okay, it could actually be load, right? We have the community class workout where we're doing a 1 rep max.
Yeah.
So if someone can only squat 400 pounds and then they try to do 600 pounds, okay, then he's not going to like that, right? That's a load. Okay, position is another one. So if your knee can bend 120 degrees, but then you force it into 140, again, he's not going to like that. That's a position. Or it could be volume. A lot of times I hear this in runners, right? Like you said, you're running 20 miles tomorrow, probably.
Jesus.
That's
Oh,
insane.
you're the one that's doing the, like, 1 week, like a Saturday marathon and a Sunday marathon
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
St. Louis, right? Did I remember that right?
City.
Kansas. You're insane.
He is insane.
I have met you. I remember this now.
But, so let's say his knees are not ready for that 30 miles, right? 26.2, right? Let's say his knees aren't ready for that. That would be an example of a volume. So load greater than the capacity that your tissues are ready for. Other things that can contribute to all these are spikes in volume or spikes in load. So if you've been training 1 rep maxes and then you go to try to do 30 reps with a heavier weight, that's probably not going to end well. Or reverse, right? If you've only been training for higher reps and then you go to try with a 1 rep max, it's probably not going to end well. Are you guys familiar with the CrossFit pyramid? Okay, so the foundation is nutrition. And I would say in rehab and recovery, it's the same. Nutrition, this is what I ask all my athletes before I work. Nutrition, sleep, and stress. Because all 3 of those things can contribute to pain and injuries. What are you laughing about?
I have really bad nutrition. I sleep like shit, and I have high stress.
Yeah, that's not a good combo.
I'm
So-
trying to do better with my nutrition.
What do you do to like combat that? What I guess prevents you from better nutrition is like time, convenience.
There's a lot
Those
of
are probably
things.
the-
You don't have time for all my shit.
Nutrition, sleep. What about sleep?
I'm an overthinker.
Okay. Yeah, that's tough. Have you? What have you tried? I guess.
Lots of things.
Yeah.
Honestly, I tried melatonin, it doesn't work.
Yep.
I'm on they prescribed Xanax. I try not to take that very often, so like I take it like once every few months,
Yep.
just to get a good night's sleep. And
And
I
unfortunate
really
thing is
cut
those
back
things-
on and I really cut back on caffeine, which actually surprised me. So I thought that caffeine was contributing to my restless legs, and when I used to drink, I don't know, probably 6 Diet Cokes a day, and I'm down to 1 a day, and that actually my
Nice.
legs have been worse at night.
Okay.
So
Your sleeping has been worse at night.
and my legs have been really, really heavy. So I don't know what that
mean, a change, your body doesn't really like change, right? So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised by that.
Okay.
Yeah. How long since you made that switch?
It's been about a month.
Okay. Yeah. Takes a lot of time. Sleep wise, like how much you sleep?
It depends. Like last night, I probably got 3 hours of sleep.
Oof.
Yeah. The night before, I've started keeping a log actually of how
Yeah.
interrupted my sleep is, and every night I'm up 2 or 3 times a night. So. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say what I typically recommend. Probably already doing a lot of these things, but maybe there'll be one thing that gets in your mouth. Sleep. Sounds like you're already doing this one. Have a journal next to your bed, so that when your thoughts are racing, you can write it down.
Yep.
Hopefully, it's out of sight, out of mind.
Yep.
Consistent sleep wasted.
Yep.
But at least and even if you're not asleep, just lay there. It's the worst thing in the world.
It is the worst thing, especially with restless legs.
Yes.
It's impossible. So I usually end up going to the couch.
Yep. Or do you sleep better on the couch? Maybe.
Yes, I do actually.
Okay.
I think it's because if I feel like you're waking up rested. So that alleviates that stress. And he tells me all the time that I don't wake him up, and I don't. But
It's just something you're thinking about, right? Maybe. What else have you tried? Phone. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a good one.
over here.
Yeah.
I don't have my phone next to my bed
Sweet.
anymore.
No TV and stuff too.
The TV's off.
Yep.
Hi, sweetheart.
Anything else? Yeah, those are normally the big ones. And then not drinking a lot of water before bed. If
Oh
that's
my
what
God,
gets you
yes,
up too.
so I will try to stop drinking water by 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
If I don't, then I am up numerous times at night going to bed.
Old people problems.
Oh
Ben.
my
Old
God,
people
it is,
problems, Ben.
it is fucking insane.
Ben.
But you have no idea. You have no fucking idea.
So it's actually better just to lay there when you can't fall asleep. 'Cause a lot of times I just go try to be productive, do something.
Yeah.
But then you're making your brain active again.
Exactly. Yep. So you're trying to just train yourself. When it's whatever, 9 o'clock p.m. It's bedtime.
Yep.
And then ideally you wake up at the same time too. So you're in an ideal world, it may take months, but you literally just lay there from the time you wanted to go to sleep to the time you wake up. That's how you can train yourself to sleep.
That's how it works. When my phone says it's nighttime,
Yep.
my phone doesn't alarm itself.
Yep. So does mine.
And so there
I
you go.
ignore it.
9:15.
You ignore it.
I usually ignore mine too. But lately, since I've been coming and I've been getting up at 5:25, since I've been doing that, I have been going to bed at 9:15. You tired, man?
Oh, all those toes to war gotcha?
Ooh. Okay, I fell. Remember I fell?
Yeah.
So I'm really afraid of that. But so then you're sorry for being uncomfortable. But like when you're running outside, I got the frogs. So your hands are closed.
Oh, yeah.
So your hands are wet and you're on leather. So then I'm trying to grab my hands back there. And then I'm working harder. Fell 3 times on that. Okay, remember? And but then and then I tore. But I stayed and I finished all the reps, okay?
Good job.
So I took this along.
You should be proud of yourself.
But
That's
yeah, I
awesome.
tore and I tore.
But you got all 20?
Huh?
You got all 20?
I did.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Good
but
job.
it took me a while. It took me, I started my stopwatch, most of my timer, when it was done in 34, 45.
Nice.
You got her done.
Good job.
All right.
Yeah.
Good job.
Okay, top exercises that cause knee pain. You're fine. I wrote a couple of them up here. Ones that you might think, right? Squat, lunges, box jumps. And then I left some clues. What do you guys think of these other two? Top exercises. WB.
What?
WB.
Bench?
Wall ball.
Okay, wall ball.
And running.
Yeah.
Oh. You go, girl.
Okay, so those are the top exercises that cause knee pain. Why do we do them?
Strengthen.
Yeah. Yeah, because life's unpredictable, right? And your body adapts to the stimulus you give it. So, I mean, you're going to have to squat in life, right? If you have grandkids or kids, you're going to have to do some wall balls, right? You're going to have to launch your kids.
That's why I'm here, so I
Running.
can play with my grandkids when I get them.
Huh?
That's why I'm here. I want to be able to play with my grandkids
Exactly.
when I have them.
Yep. And you want to be able to run with your grandkids and jump and play, right?
Yeah.
So all these things prepare you for life. So that's why. Just because there's every time you exercise, there's an increased risk of a heart attack, right? But we do it because we know the risk is low compared to the benefits. And it's the same thing with these as long as it's different. Okay, I got a story for you guys. So, imagine you're a CrossFitter, just trying to get fit, just trying to get better at running. So you sign up for an event in a few months because you know it's going to motivate you to train, right? Unfortunately, every time you run more than half a mile, your knee flares up. You tried stretching, you tried cupping, you tried needling, you tried all the things that normal PT tells you, right? Unfortunately, still, every time you run half a mile, it still hurts your knee. What do? Cry, yes. So that's what was happening with one of my athletes. And so here's what we did for him. Here's what we did. We found out using the same framework that I told you guys earlier, load, position, and volume. We need to figure out what load, what position, what volume would cause any pain so that we can actually address the deficits instead of doing passive modalities, which do cause temporary relief, right? I mean, you felt foam rolling, you felt dry needling, you felt cupping, like those things help temporarily, but they're not going to give you long-lasting results. And so he would get good results, but then they'd last about a week, and then he'd go run again, and then it'd flare up again. It's like, well, what do I do, right? So for him, we had to do half squats. That felt fine. So then we had to do full squats. And he had certain positions where he had pain with his knees and squatting. And we already found out in his running that half a mile was kind of his threshold. Right? So we didn't test that, because we already knew. Then we added a load, and we found out what load for him. He pretty much, no matter what load, had pain with full squats. With box squats, he was able to do up to 225. Okay, so that's where we found his load and his capacity. And then for the volume, he did 10 squats, that felt fine. But then we did 30 squats for the half squats, that caused pain. So we were finding all these variables. What causes pain with volume, what causes pain with load, and what causes pain with position. Does that make sense? So, for running, this is how we adjusted it. Since half a mile was causing pain, we started with 4 sets of 300 meters, because 300 meters didn't cause pain. And we could still accumulate 1,200 meters instead of 800, which is what he was doing. And slowly built him up. Then eventually we got him to a point where he could run the full length and then jog as a recovery, and his knee was okay with that combination. And then much later on, he was able to do longer, easier runs, then longer hard runs. And then have you guys heard of Bix? Davenport. So that's what he was training for.
Was this just this year?
Yeah, it was this year.
Didn't we?
So a few weeks ago, late July. Yeah. Yep. He said the hill is awful. I was
Yeah,
like,
I've heard the hill is awful.
yeah,
That's
he
what
was trying to describe it. He's like, it's just basically. Have you done it? Have you done Bix?
Dude, you need to do it.
Yeah, you would kill it.
You would totally kill it.
Apparently, the start and the end is just a massive steep hill.
7 miles, right?
Yes.
7 miles.
7 miles.
In,
Start with Huge Hill.
like a pond.
Huge Hill. Yep. Davenport, I think.
Yeah,
is-
Davenport.
Yeah.
I always thought so, but Davenport, yeah.
Yeah, Houston.
Hills. It's a,
Okay, so
it's
here
a,
are some drills that I had him use to develop the capacity. There we go. For these things, for load, position, and volume. different ways that you can do plyometrics. You can do extensive plyometrics, which is many reps. This is what the men do to develop the volume. Yeah, it's horrible. Intensive plyometrics, which is a huge jump, right? So intensity instead of many reps, it's just one big rep to develop tolerance and explosiveness. And then we had him do some tempo stuff. An example was just a wall sit. So for him, remember I said half squats were fine, but full squats weren't. So we got just above where he was painful and had him sit there. Okay, and then each week we progressed where he was lower and lower and lower until he was able to do that. So let's go through these three. You guys ready?
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't know that we actually do that.
Oh yeah. Surprise.
So you're always avoiding
Going home.
pain.
Not avoiding. So a good rule of thumb is touch pain, but don't push through it. Right? So for him, if he was at half a mile and he started getting a little bit of pain, that's okay, as long as he modifies it in some way after that. But if he's at 800 and he's like, I'm just gonna gut through it, he's just gonna flare his knee up and he's gonna continue that inflammatory